Welcome back to What Healing Knows guided blog series. This series is an invitation to listen to your body and return to the healing it already knows. It's divided into 8 segments with 7 episodes in each for a total of 55 episodes. Each one shares stories and simple practices to support your return to wholeness. I'm Dr. Kidi. This is segment 2, Returning to Wholeness, episode 5, The Sacred No, What Healing Knows About Boundaries. Have you ever said yes when you really meant no? We all have. In this episode, we name that shared struggle and learn how to build boundaries that protect what's most limited, your time, your energy, and your health. Sit back, relax, and listen to heal. The Sacred No, What Healing Knows About Boundaries. My boundaries will shape the entire course of my life. Yours will too. Reflection. When yes becomes too much. I was determined to finish everything on my to-do list. I woke up early, wrote it all down, and felt that familiar sense of control as I checked off the first few tasks. It looked like a good start. Then the noise began. A text, an email, a quick "can you?" from people I care about. Before I realized it, I was standing in my kitchen with my laptop open, half eating, half responding, and not fully present anywhere. None of it was urgent. None of it was essential. Yet it was loud, and I kept saying yes when I meant no. I'm trained and wired to show up, to be helpful, not to disappoint. So saying yes came quickly, almost without thought. I managed it all, yet I had very little left for what truly mattered. Don't get me wrong, I love saying yes to service, to experiences, to possibility, to celebration, and to life itself. But I have learned something important. I cannot fully say yes to life unless I also say no to what pulls me away from what matters, unless I draw boundaries. Imagine you're already holding an orange in your right hand and a book in your left. Then someone reaches in and says, "Can you hold my orange too?" Your hands are already full. You cannot carry more without letting something go. And too often, what slips is not just the extra orange. It's your time and energy, your health, your steady presence in your own life. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, how full are my hands right now? Is there room for anything more? What do I need to put down to make room for what aligns with my values and purpose? Beyond people, the boundaries we often miss. It's not only people we add to our checklist. Even now, in this quiet moment as I write, my thoughts keep trying to pull me off the page. My mind jumps to who I may have forgotten to invite to my party and whether I should send an apology message. I pause, say no, and return to the page. Then my thoughts shift to planning my upcoming trip to Ethiopia. I pause again, say no, and return to the page. Next come the forms I need to complete, the house that needs cleaning, the gifts I need to buy for my family in Ethiopia. I pause, and this time I write them down in a notebook so they have a place to land and leave me alone Then the mind does what it knows how to do best: slip in heavier thoughts. Will everyone be okay when I travel? What if my children need me? How quickly could I get to them? The mind is built to protect us. It scans for problems, remembers the past, predicts what might happen next. It pulls us into imagined futures that may never arrive. That's why we often suffer more in imagination than in reality. I know the only thing I can shape right now is this moment and the words I'm writing. Yet my thoughts still wander. My mother had a phrase for this. If I asked her when she seemed far away, she would say, Kafok afok yehedku, which in Amharic means her thoughts are going from one building to another, none of which she owns. The body acts differently. It lives in the present and feels the tension and restlessness when the mind starts roaming from one building to another. That tension is how it speaks. That restlessness is how it tells you to pause. No, the body does not ask us to stop our thoughts because we cannot, but it does ask us to set boundaries by saying no to runaway thoughts so you can say yes to stay in the present moment. But there are more than thoughts that steal your time and energy. Imagine you finally sit down to rest. Your phone lights up. The moment you say yes to that notification, you are saying no to rest. One notification becomes 10 minutes of scrolling. 10 becomes 40. The calm you are reaching for never arrives. The same pattern shows up with anything that overstimulates your body. We say, I need coffee when the body asks for rest. We say, I need a drink when the body asks for a pause. Time and energy are limited in this short life, yet they are enough when they are lived with boundaries. When we keep handing out minutes and energy away, especially by saying yes when we mean no, there is little left for the life we say matters most, and little left for our own healing. And that leads to the next question. How do you know what truly matters? From self-awareness to wholeness. Self-awareness is noticing. Wholeness is responding. Let's say while I'm writing, someone asks for a favor that's not urgent. A memory from the past tugs at my attention. A worry about the future pulls me forward. A notification lights up and the urge to scroll appears. Self-awareness is noticing the pause in that moment, the tightness in the shoulder, the uneasy feeling, the yes that does not feel true. Wholeness happens when I respond to what I notice in real time, not later, not after one more task, not after everyone else is taken care of. So wholeness is choosing rest when I'm tired, setting a boundary when something feels off, telling the truth when silence costs more, saying no so there is room for a true yes. You can be self-aware and still ignore what the body asks. So the question becomes, how do you turn what you notice into how you live? The Tinfash Alignment Compass, Values and Purpose. The Tinfash Alignment Compass is a simple 3-step process you can use when your hands are full and your mind feels crowded. It helps you pause before an automatic yes and choose what is true and aligned instead. Step 1. What are my values? Step 2. What is my purpose based on those values? Step 3. Does this yes align with both my value and purpose? You only need 3 to 5 values that truly matter to you. which are rooted in goodness and aligned with humanity. I used to think I needed a long list, so I wrote down many good words. But when it was time to choose, everything still felt important, and I got pulled in every direction. When I narrowed it down to a few core values, decisions got easier. When something asked for my yes, I could tell if it fit or if it was just noise. Values answer one question: what matters most to me right now? Purpose grows out of those values. It's not a job title or a 5-year plan. It's the direction your life moves when your choices align with what matters most. It's the thread that connects your day to meaning. Purpose answers one question: what am I moving toward? Without value and purpose, everything feels urgent. Every request feels equal. Every decision becomes draining. You end the day exhausted, not because you did too little, but because you carried too much that was not yours. The Tinfash Alignment Compass slows the moment just enough for truth to surface. But answering it honestly takes practice. That practice is discipline. Discipline. How the Tinfash Alignment Compass becomes lived practice. Knowing your values and purpose is the start. Discipline is what turns that insight into a lived habit. Discipline is not static. It's built through small, intentional choices repeated over time. I tell my children, pennies make millions. Discipline works the same way. It's not willpower, it's the steady practice of a few seconds of pause again and again until your body trusts it's a habit. Here is a lived practice. When you feel pressure to say yes, pause. Take one slow breath. Ask yourself, does this fit what matters most right now? If it doesn't, decline without over explaining and return to what matters. Repeat this often and it becomes natural. That's discipline. Over time, you stop choosing from fear, people pleasing, or what you think you should be able to handle. You begin choosing based on what protects your health, your time, and your energy. This is how values become lived. This is how purpose becomes steady. This is how self-awareness becomes wholeness. Keeping your yes honest is a form of self-respect. It affirms that your time, your energy, your healing, and your wholeness are worth protecting. The sacred no, a return, not a rejection. As I look back, even while writing about the sacred no, my phone still claimed some of my time. I answered calls, responded to texts, and accommodated requests that could have waited. I have wrestled with holding more than I can carry for much of my life. In the process, I have let what I value slip, break, or take longer to mend. What healing knows has asked me to notice that pattern with honesty. And what I know now is this: my boundaries will shape the entire course of my life. Yours will too. So pause for a moment. Let your breath slow. Place a hand where your body feels most present. Then ask yourself, am I carrying more than is mine? What has my body been asking me to put down? What small sacred no might open space for healing today? Returning to wholeness is a daily practice. In the next Tinfash healing space, we will explore the sacred no together. If you have listened this far, something in you has already said yes to travel the healing journey with what healing knows. Thank you for letting me walk with you. You are now invited into the Tinfash healing space, where today's reflection continues with a guided meditation, journaling invitation, and healing words that you can carry with you. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments so we can learn and grow together, one breath at a time. For more guided meditations, you can find me on YouTube at Dr. Kidi. And if you share your reflections on social media, tag me on Instagram at drkidi.healing so we can stay connected on this path. Healing deepens when it's shared. Reach out to someone and let your care be a place where peace can land. Until next time, keep listening, keep returning, and trust that healing knows the way. With love and more love, Dr. Kidi.